Metabolism hacking. Jeff Nippard reviewed the science behind the most popular metabolism hacks and put them into 3 categories. Probably doesn't work, might work, and actually works. Let's start with the methods that probably don't work. Green tea can give a tiny temporary boost in calorie burn, but it doesn't lead to more fat loss over the long term. Saunas don't burn much fat either. 10 minutes in a sauna burns only about 5 more calories than sitting in a normal room. Cold showers make your body burn a few extra calories to stay warm, but the effect is far too small to make a real difference. And eating more meals doesn't speed up your metabolism. Whether you eat 3 meals or 6, your body burns about the same number of calories if your total food intake stays the same. Now for the methods that might work. Drinking cold water burns around 8 extra calories per glass because your body has to warm it up, but that's still a very small effect. Spicy foods contain capsaicin, which can slightly increase calorie burn and help you feel fuller, but the overall impact is modest. Reverse dieting may help your metabolism recover after a diet, but there's no strong evidence that it's better than simply returning to your maintenance calories. Weighted vests are also promising. Early research suggests they may increase calorie burn and reduce hunger by making your body think it's heavier, but we still need more evidence. Finally, here's what actually works. Building muscle increases your daily calorie burn because muscle burns about 3 times more calories than fat at rest. Cardio also works. Even though your body compensates by moving a little less afterward, it still increases the total calories you burn. And one of the most effective strategies is simply moving more throughout the day. Walking more, taking the stairs, and staying active all add up. So here's the truth. There is no magic way to boost your metabolism. The biggest difference comes from building muscle, staying active, and staying consistent. Everything else is just a small bonus. Gaining maximum muscle. Jeff says tension is king for pure muscle growth. Here's exactly what that means and how to maximize it. Tension is the force your muscles feel when they stretch and contract under load. More tension, more growth signal. Simple as that. To maximize tension, you need what he calls bodybuilding technique. 3 checkboxes to tick. Number 1, tempo. Control the negative, 2 to 4 seconds on the way down, then explode on the way up. Most people rush the lowering phase. That's a mistake, because the negative is actually the most important part of the rep. Number 2, range of motion. Get a real stretch at the bottom of every rep. The stretch position matters more for growth than the squeeze. If it hurts to go deep, fix your mobility or switch exercises. Don't skip the stretch. Number 3, minimal momentum. No swinging, no cheating. If you're rocking the weight up, you're stealing tension from the target muscle. Keep it strict, keep it controlled. Last piece, progressive overload. Add a rep, add weight, or tighten your technique each week. No progression, no growth. Less volume, more muscle. Jeff just finished a 100-day experiment that challenges one of bodybuilding's biggest beliefs. He slashed his training volume from 3 to 4 sets per exercise down to just 1 to 2 all-out sets, while eating in a calorie deficit the entire time. For years, the advice has been simple. More volume equals more muscle. Most studies recommend 10 to 20 plus sets per muscle every week. But there's one problem. Almost all of those studies were done on people not cutting calories, lasted only 6 to 12 weeks, and usually focused on just 1 or 2 muscles instead of the entire body. So Jeff wanted to see what actually happens during a real fat loss phase. For 100 straight days, he trained with just 1 to 2 sets per exercise, taking almost every set to complete failure. The results? He lost 5.5 pounds of fat and only 1.8 pounds of lean mass. But here's the crazy part. From day 30 to day 100, he actually gained half a pound of lean mass while still losing fat. His bench press stayed the same, his leg extension increased by 15 pounds, and he even hit new PRs on the squat near the end of the cut. So does volume not matter? Not exactly. High volume is still great for maximizing muscle growth, especially in a calorie surplus. But during a cut, recovery is limited. And that's why intensity beats volume. Training with fewer sets, but pushing them close to failure can be enough to maintain muscle, build a little more, and recover much better. Bulking cheat code. Bulking builds more muscle than maingaining, but bulk too fast and you'll mainly gain fat. So what's the right pace? 1 to 2% of your body weight per month if you're a beginner, 0.5 to 1% if you're intermediate or advanced. For calories, a 5 to 10% surplus above maintenance is enough. No need to go bigger. Make sure you're eating 0.7 to 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. And keep fat at 20 to 30% of your total calories. But diet alone won't build muscle. Your training is what actually triggers the growth. Push hard, add volume as you progress, and stay consistent. Bulk smart. Eat right, train hard. That's how you gain muscle without the extra fat. The science of attractiveness. Does more muscle actually make you more attractive? Jeff surveyed 50,000 people to find out. Stronger men had way more partners. Bench 4 plates, and your partner count nearly doubles. But here's the twist. Body fat had almost zero effect on attractiveness. Six-pack or dad bod, it didn't matter. And muscle? Women's favorite physique wasn't the most jacked, it was moderate muscle. Way below what most guys are chasing in the gym. But the biggest finding? All physical traits combined, height, strength, muscle, only explain 5% of what makes someone desirable. Kindness and intelligence mattered more than looks, across the board. So train hard, sure, but being a genuinely good person is still your best shot at a great relationship, not natty tutorial. How to look enhanced without ever touching gear. Here's what you actually need. Capped side delts for that 3D shoulder look, peaked biceps with a tall muscle belly, a full upper chest that pops through a shirt, thick traps connecting your neck to your shoulders, and low body fat, which makes every single muscle look bigger and more defined. But here's the catch. Not all of these come from training alone. Side delts, upper chest, and traps, you can build those with the right exercises and enough volume. Bicep shape, shoulder width, muscle insertions, that's mostly genetics. You can only work with what you've got, but body fat is different. Get lean, and you'll instantly look more muscular, more vascular, and way more enhanced, even without gaining a pound of muscle.